What's up, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Black Desert Online guide. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the new world boss which has recently been released in the Mediah Patch, and that is Zarqa. Now, this is a new world boss which spawns in Zarqa Shrine. In terms of the spawn timers, we're not really sure yet. Some people say it's 12 hours, others say it's 24 hours, and some say it's as much as even 72 hours. However, there hasn't been enough pulled together data for us to decide on a actual spawn time. So for now, I'm going to say this world boss spawns between every 12 to 72 hours. But what's different about Zarqa compared to other world bosses is that he only spawns on one channel. Every other world boss so far, like the Dim Tree Spirit, Red Nose, Dastard Beg, they all spawn on every channel simultaneously, meaning that pretty much every guild and every player has a chance to kill him. But with Zarqa, you're only made aware of him spawning if you're on the correct channel at the correct time. Now, in order to see when he spawns, you need to have your world notifications turned on. And basically, a notification will pop up saying something along the lines of, Zarqa's roar can be heard and trembles throughout the land. I'm not sure exactly what it is because I haven't seen the notification since I played on Korea, so they could have changed it, or it could have been a mistranslation on my Korean version, but you get the gist. It will show up in the same kind of place where you'll see marketplace registrations, or that your friend has just got a new rank in fishing or whatever, so it's kind of hard to miss if you're actually at your computer. One thing that you're probably going to want to do before actually attempting to kill Zarqa is to get knowledge on him. Now, this can be done right by the node manager in Zarqa Shrine. There's another guy that stands there, and if you talk to him, you can do the conversation minigame. You have to get around 100 amity with him, and after that, you can talk to him again and spend 2 energy to get knowledge on Zarqa. Now, this can range anywhere from C grade to S grade. Some people have had to try 10 times to get S grade, and other people have had to try 100 times and they still haven't got it. So it depends how badly you want the grade. I eventually gave up and stuck with B grade because I couldn't be bothered to keep trying. But do keep in mind that having higher rankings does apparently increase your chance of getting rare loot. So with that in mind, maybe it is better to keep pushing for an S grade. I'm sure I'll get it eventually. Whilst we're on the topic of loot, let's quickly go over what Zarqa can give you. So first and foremost, and the reason why most people do Zarqa, is for those sweet Zarqa weapons. Now, these are a bit better than the Lavertos that we currently have in game, because Zarqa Weapons not only have 2 gem slots, they give 3 casting speed as well if it's a staff, for example, and on top of that it gives higher hidden accuracy than on other weapons. And on top of all that, when the Valencia update comes out, this becomes part of a weapon set, as you can get an offhand which gives a bonus with the Zarqa weapon. So this is one of the main reasons that people go for the Zarqa weapon. It's an incredibly rare drop, however. I so far have done Zarqa 3 times, and you got to keep in mind that this boss has around 300 people at it every single time, and I've only seen 1 Zarqa weapon drop since. So it's going to be a little while till we all start getting them. On top of that, you also can still get Lavertos off of him. You can also get Hunter Seals and quite a bit of silver, a few 100k silver a few of us were getting. Besides that, I haven't seen anything else special drop from him yet. However, if anything different does, then I will let you guys know in the comments section. Okay, so now you know how to see when he spawns, you know how to get knowledge on him, and you know what loot he drops. So now all you really need to know is how not to die at him so that you can actually get some loot. So Zarqa only has 1 phase. There's no enrage or anything like that like there is with Red Nose. It's literally 1 phase of just attacking the boss. And he only really has 2 abilities that you need to worry about. Yes, he does his normal melee smash in a frontal cone and everything, but you know, don't stand in front of him and you won't die to that. But the 2 things that he actually does, which could be a problem for you, are his sweeping attack and his AoE Breath of Darkness attack thingy. I'm not actually sure what the abilities are actually called, so we're going to call it Breath of Darkness, why not? So firstly, how to deal with the sweeping arm attack. Basically, he'll start to charge up his arm. You'll see it. He'll sort of raise his arm and go to swing it. Just back off when he does this. Just roll out of the way or whatever. You can avoid this one fairly easily. The second one is a little bit more tricky to see and deal with. Basically, what he does is he charges up a Breath of Flame and then blows it all out in front of him. Now, this has changed a little bit from Korea from what I can tell, because on Korea, he used to do it in a full 360 degrees cone, so it would kill everyone that wasn't behind a pillar. However, on EU or US, so far, he's only ever done it in a frontal cone. So what we've been doing is just staying behind the boss all the time, or When he freezes and essentially his animations stop working and you can no longer hit him, that is when he's charging up his breath and you need to move behind the pillar. If you get caught in this breath, it is a one-shot ability, so you will die and you will have to run back. So make sure you're either always behind him, or when he does freeze and become unattackable, you move behind the pillar to protect yourself from getting killed. Those are pretty much all the mechanics for this boss. He's pretty simple. He only took us about 15 minutes to down, but as you can see, there were an awful lot of us doing it. So the next bit that I wanted to talk to you guys all about is optimizing your game so that it can actually handle this. So my computer is by no means a potato. It's pretty decent. It's an i7 4790K at 4.5 gigahertz and a R9 390X graphics card. However, that doesn't stop my computer from going to absolute shit as soon as I engage a world boss. So, there are a few things that you can do in your settings to minimize the amount of lag that you get. Even when I was recording with Fraps, I was only getting about 20 frames per second, but hey, 20 frames is playable. Anything less than that, it's just becoming an absolute nightmare to avoid mechanics. So the first thing you need to do is obviously turn your graphics down. I normally play it very high, but when I hit a world boss, that thing goes straight down to low, sometimes even optimization mode. And then the second thing I do, which you'll actually see me change halfway through the boss fight video, is turn off other player spell effects. Now, this is in the screen settings in the optimization section. There is a tick box which says remove distant player effects, and then there is another one which says remove other player effects. You want to have both of these ticked, and you also should probably tick remove other players' lanterns, because this just causes an absolute clusterfuck of glowy effects and it's not useful for anyone. If you've already done all these things and you're still having problems with lag, then I suggest trying out the other optimization options like crop and upscale. Now, these can be used essentially to lower your resolution of the game so that it can run it more effectively and more smoothly. Another thing that I choose to do is go to the game tab settings and turn off every pet in the game. Now, not only does this speed up your computer a little bit, it makes the game look so much better, because there is nothing more immersion breaking than when I'm trying to killing a wild boss, having an aviary of bloody eagles flying around and just being in the way. So if you scroll down a little bit on the game window, you'll see pet settings. Just select the hide all pets button and it will make the game look so much better. It's actually unreal. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully from this, you now know that Zarqa spawns in Serendia Shrine. He's on a 12 to 72 hour spawn rate, which I know is quite a wide time band, but seriously, if any of you have any more information on that, please do let me know, and likewise, I will let you know if I find anything else out. You can reset and change your knowledge for Zarqa at the Serendia Shrine Node Manager. There is another NPC right next to him that you can talk to, and it is only 2 energy to do so. And you also know how to take Kzarka down with the 2 abilities, with the Sweeping Arm Attack and the Breath of Darkness as we refer to it. Hopefully, with all of this information, you'll be able to get yourself some Zarqa weapons and start dominating in PvP because of it. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, then please do like and subscribe for more Black Desert content. And until next time, guys, take it easy and peace out.